So it's been years and years, and these cultivators have become dinosaurs. There's not that many of them around. There's still a lot of them, but it's all relative. Where I find them was farm sales. And you find neighbors that have them in their shed. They quit using them, they park them in the back of the shed, and someday when they sell out, they sell that cultivator. And a lot of times the dad will retire and the son will move into the house and farm that farm, and the next generation, So some of these are like brand new, still sitting in the backs of people's sheds. And when there's farm sales, you can find them. And what I did, because I needed this style of cultivator, this is an International, and I did all my cultivating when I farmed with a John Deere, but still it's the same vintage. The John Deere was an RG cultivator, and this is what they call a 153. That's the International designation for this cultivator. But this is what I found first, was a cultivator like this. And we knew we had to make some modifications to make it work to my specifications, because I'm real particular how things are set up. So what we did is we bought 3 of these. In fact, this one belongs to Crossroads, and we took 3 cultivators to make one, because normally these cultivators, this piece here only comes back to right about here. And it's got the 2 front sweeps, and it's got the back one back here is bolted right here. Okay, so we took 2 cultivators and we took this part, left it on it, and bolted this part off another. We welded this piece here off another cultivator, butt welded it, and made that. This piece here is the same piece as this piece right here. And we needed to add more sweeps, so we had to have this part, so we used that part here. It works great because it adds more weight. And this part is even off an older cultivator that was this part right here. So we were able to take 3 cultivators and make 1 cultivator. And then you've always got plenty of shanks then and everything you need there as far as hardware, and you'll have some extra parts. But that's how we built it. And the reason why, I knew what I wanted to get accomplished. I wanted to have a single throw of dirt to start with. I wanted to have a second throw of dirt after I knocked the weeds down, because you don't have to throw the dirt very high if you can get the weed knocked down and your crop's still standing up. So you're changing that weed from maybe a stage 3 weed to a stage 1 weed, or even less with that first flow of soil. And then the second flow of soil can just magically cover it up. That is if you can get the speed you need, and that depends on field conditions. So this is nothing that I'm saying is set in stone. It depends, and there's exceptions to every rule. But that's basically how we build it. The hardest thing to find are these blades, and we've made some of them. And they're not that hard to make because they're not high-tech stuff or anything. You can find the raw iron and the metal pieces and the bolts and the tap and die, and you can make those fenders. That can be done. We've done that on a 12-row, and I've done it on other cultivators. So what I do is, when I find something that doesn't work, I sleep on it, I think about it. I'm on the tractor cultivating for hours and hours, and for a long time we kept plugging here. It would plug in here. The ground was loose and mellow, and when you cultivate this way, you turn around and cultivate the other direction, this overlaps where you just came. And it has a ridge of soil that you're running over, and this would jam full of stuff and plug up. Okay? So I took this piece here, and this has all been added on. See? So we can move this wheel out. See, this wheel here is moved in front of this one here. It was even with this one. Okay, solved the problem. And the same with making it longer so we can get through more trash through. Solved the problem. So anytime there's a problem, you diagnose the problem and then you fix it. Okay, and so hopefully someday a company will build a cultivator that's easy to adjust that has all these problems fixed.